What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. I just got done kicking it with my guy, Eric Mays. And I will say that it is an awesome, you know what my word is. It was a phenomenal interview. And so let me say this, right? First and foremost, you guys already know that I'm gonna be dropping it in the Patreon. So the next video that I'm dropping in the Patreon, actually we got a live stream. So we got the live stream tomorrow, in which I'm breaking down my current build, my real estate build. And then the next thing after that is the Love Dorsey interview. So that's dropping. We got the Fleece Johnson in there dropped. That's already in the Patreon, and you guys are absolutely loving that. And then we got Flint City Councilman Eric Mays. Now, here's my thoughts about Eric Mays, because you know I always come back and I give you guys the rundown of what my experience is, what I think about different people, and if I would interview him again. I think that Eric Mays was incredibly intelligent. People have no clue. They think that a lot of these people just get in based off of popularity. And one of the things that I try not to do is try not to do too much research on a person based off of the fact that I'll just lean on what it is that I already know in order to have the conversation about who this guy is, right? Because I like to deep dive, and my interview style is completely different. But a lot of insight, a lot of information, incredibly, like, backstory, incredible, smart, where he come from, mindset, experiences with women. He gave his insight on dealing with women when it comes to city council versus dealing with men and all that. Like, and it was great. It was incredible. So I'm looking forward to getting that thing edited for you guys immediately. As a matter of fact, I have it being uploaded into the cloud to my editors right now. So right after I drop the Love Dorsey interview, probably sometime while I'm in Tokyo, maybe a week from now, I'll be dropping the Eric Mays interview, and I think that you guys are going to enjoy that. Now, one of the things that I also like to do is, and I'm actually thinking about putting something together, and I can't even announce that on this video because then my people around me gonna be like, Anton, you can't be giving away your ideas. But one of the things that I also like to do is I like to talk to people that's been around for a while, because then I can learn to understand, or I can learn to appreciate some of the things that I can ask some questions that people don't normally ask, right? And my interview style is completely different, and I'm very thankful that I'm in a position to be able to interview people that has some level of visibility and popularity, because then I source the questions, especially from the bag chasers, as to what it is that I want to ask people. So, you know, he really expounded on the auto industry, the crash. I didn't realize that he had been elected to so many different positions within GM, and then he broke down how awesome Flint was and what the nature of Flint was back when he was coming up in the 70s and the 80s. And man, he even gave us some stories about Magic Johnson. I didn't realize that he went to school and he had a great relationship with Magic Johnson and Greg Kelser and all of these different people and NBA players. And I didn't realize that he was a athlete, and he was actually a football player at Michigan State. And it was incredible. It was incredible. The amount of things that you learn from people. And then I'm sitting there like I'm watching an interview, but I'm really watching an interview because I'm doing an interview, but then I'm a fan at the same time. And so, you know, all of these people that I get to interview, I'm a fan, right? I'm you with a level of visibility, with the platform to then do the things that you would do. You know how people say a lot of times, man, if I was there, I would ask this and ask that. I don't ask my questions based off of what would get the most views. I don't ask my questions based off of what would do any of that. I ask my questions for anybody that comes on my platform. My goal is to get them to express what they really feel, and not for me to ask the questions that's going to be clickbait. And that's the difference between me and everybody else on this platform, is that I have the resources and the money to where I don't believe, I don't know, because I do want the juicy stuff too, but I have the resources and the money to spend more time mining out a person's mindset and story and backstory and understanding them. And even when everybody that comes in here, every single person that comes in here, from politicians to NBA players, to Instagram models, to whoever it is that's popping, or whoever it is that I interview, whether you're a local person within Detroit or you an international star, or you have some level of visibility, everybody says the same thing. And they say, man, I have never been asked that before. And they say it on camera. They say, I've never been asked that before. Or, you know, that interview was different. And some people even come into here and sit on the couch, the Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom studios, and they're apprehensive at first because they may have watched my content and they feel like I'm gonna grill them and I'm gonna do all of this stuff. But no, I'm just looking to have a conversation. And I extend the energy that you give to me, I give it back to you. And so 5 minutes into every interview, everybody's shoulders come down, they feel at ease. Or some people may feel like, oh my God, I'm about to be on this platform, I don't know how I'm gonna present myself. And then throughout the interview, they just like, man, it's like we friends and we just sitting in the living room, we just having a good conversation. And so I enjoy that aspect of it. I enjoy interviewing people. I enjoy having conversations with people. And so when I'm doing these interviews now, I need you guys to understand that it's not an interview for you, it's an interview for me. I just so happen to share it with you guys. And the Eric Mays interview and the Love Dorsey interview, just like the Felice Johnson interview, is going to be in the Patreon, completely uncensored, with the phenomenal mastered audio as soon as I get it back from my editors. And we did it right here in the Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom studios. And so sometimes I fly out to people and I interview them. And then other times I bring them in here, and I like interviewing them here even more because, you know, I got all of the full equipment and I don't have to travel with any equipment. And when I like to travel, I can actually just travel and enjoy myself. But most of the time it's work. So I'm looking forward to dropping that interview for you guys. And I think that you're going to be really, really surprised with how intelligent this man is, how smart he is, how me and him connected. It will not be the last time that you see him on my platform. So that's going to be absolutely awesome. And he was great. Shout out to Eric Mays. Shout out to my friends. And it's funny because some of the people that was with him, I already knew him. So it's a small world, especially in Michigan. If you have any level of visibility and you're doing some great things in Michigan and you're connected with one person, then you're connected with everybody. And let me give you another piece of advice. You have to treat everybody with love and respect in real life, because you don't realize who you're connected with. And most people, especially in Detroit, is one or two people removed away from knowing somebody that knows somebody that know you. Did that make any sense? Listen, I love you. I appreciate you. One thing that I want to ask you guys is, who do you want to see next in the Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom studios, sitting on this couch, having a conversation, telling me what it is that I need to know and what it is that I need to get out to the people? Who do you want to see here, right? Girls, guys, women, men. Who do you want to see answering questions on Don't Do Coke in the Bathroom? Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. Get that Teach Hanley 30% off your first order plus a free gift, sponsoring this platform and this channel and the content that we putting out. We love you, Teach Hanley. If you have not subscribed to the Patreon, you really need to get into it because there's so much information and there's so many uncensored interviews in there, so much content. There's no Patreon is more valuable than what it is that we got. And you will never get the full uncensored interviews on any platform outside of Patreon, all right? I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.